Good morning, Merrick. Um, so I'm gonna give you a walk around of the Jeep that Alex picked out for you, okay? And try to teach you a little bit about it. If you ever have any questions, you give me or Alex a call, and we'd be happy to help. Also, this is extremely popular, and you should be able to walk into any hobby shop that sells RC cars, ask them, and they'll probably fix it for you if you just buy the parts. Most hobby shops are really, really, really friendly. So,
Wait, what the heck?
say hi to Alex.
Hi.
Say hi to. Can you say hi to Merrick?
Hi, Merrick. Wait, what the heck?
Yeah, Santa ate all the cookies. So, do you want to tell Merrick about the Jeep?
Wait, is that his?
Well, this is Alex's Jeep, but Alex wanted you to have the same Jeep. So Alex has bought a few things for his. So he took the back part off, the rooftop tent. That way he can put stuff in the bed easier. But the rooftop tent does look cool. These are called traction boards. Not while I'm doing the video, but please. Okay. These are called traction boards. They actually do come off. I don't suggest doing that because they're going to get lost easy. But you just line up the hole with the peg and they do pop off. And then you can pretend like you're trying to get your truck unstuck, you know, and drive over it. So these are like if you have no traction in real life, like if you're out in the snow, and then you would stick them under your tires, like wedge them under your tires, and give yourself something to grip and move. These little gas cans, they don't come off. Let's see, so to open it up, you just grab the front, lift it up. Now you have Velcro up here. We replaced the Velcro with a magnet and put a magnet down here. It's an option. Alex's Velcro got dirty real quick and started falling off, and it really wasn't working. But when we did that, the body inside, the people that were here, it doesn't close anymore with that in there because it wasn't tall enough. So we took out the body, the interior people body. Okay, let's go from the front. These are your lights. Okay, your front lights. I don't think there's no back lights. To turn the lights on, when you get to your controller, just a second, Alex. When you get to your controller, that is your switch right there that turns the lights on, and it's strobe and all the way on and then off. This is called the servo. Okay, so this piece right here, the servo right there, that connects to the wheels, and it makes the wheels go left and right. This is your ESC / receiver. Okay, so ESC is electronic speed control. So this is what makes it go forward and backwards and controls the motor, which is right here. Okay, so this is also your receiver, which means this is like the ears for your RC car. So this first one right here is your battery. Okay, and you got to make sure when you plug it in, you have to be very, very, very careful that it goes in correctly. So if you look at the plug, let's see, there we go. Of course I will, just a second. So you can see that it's got that little tab right there. And that little tab, okay, it's very important that that little tab goes in here in that little slot. Okay, if you put it in backwards, it'd catch fire. We've had a couple mishaps that were like that. You can push it in with your fingers, but I have the tool in my hand, so I'm going to do that.
Now are you done?
The back part is your motor, positive and negative. Okay, so this one right here, the white connector, and the white part of the receiver, that's the motor. And it's got the same plug as this other, as the battery. And if you switch these, what will happen is this will burn up and you'll have to buy a new one, and that's not fun. So what I did was, if you see for the battery, it's got a red receiving plug right there. Okay, so I took and put a red zip tie on the battery cable, just so I have a reminder that, hey, this one goes here. So I would suggest probably doing that. And also for us, we used this battery connector extender. Should be in your Christmas box. It just gave a little bit extra room because it's a pretty tight connection on this chassis for the battery. And then it wouldn't be a bad idea if mom or grandma got a hot glue gun and maybe just put a dab of hot glue right here, or nail polish, something like that, to keep it from coming out. Because this white one, unless this motor breaks, you shouldn't take this apart. This is your battery tray. You've got a Velcro piece on yours. Ours wore out, and so I just replaced it with a hair tie. And then we just slide the battery in and out. Again, this is the motor. It's a itty bitty tiny little motor. And then this is the transmission, the piece next to it. That piece is the transmission. That's the gears that make everything move. And then in the back, we've got this little connector right here. It breaks fairly easy. The one that comes with it is plastic. It's black plastic. And if you pick it up kind of like that and you wiggle it around a bit when you're using it, it's going to break pretty easy. I think it's like $11 for this bumper piece, if you buy the factory one. And then if you buy this Treal brand, Treal, this aluminum one, it's like $2 or $3 more, and it's never going to break. We went through, I think, 3 of the plastic ones before I just said screw, forget it, and bought the metal one. And the metal one's been fantastic. It's a very good piece. And you do need to say that you have an avalanche. So there is quite a difference. The biggest difference is it's about an inch longer than all the other models. The Avalanche and the Bronco are like an inch longer than all the other models. And so they don't use the same body, and they don't use this connection piece. Most everything else is exactly the same. This is the same, that's the same. I think all the other stuff is the same. But the body and this piece right here are different. And then under here, these are your drive shafts. Okay, that's the drive shaft for the back. And then here's your drive shaft for the front. It's a multi-piece drive shaft. And in your spare parts that came with it, there's a couple of extra little pieces. That's really the important stuff that goes with it. If you unplug these, just remember that for the lights, it kind of goes like this. You can always always ask me to send pictures, and I'll send pictures of it, how it looks correctly. But you've got where it says head on the receiver, that's headlights, and that's this wiring harness right here. Okay, and it's hard to see, but it looks like black wire goes on top, and then the red wire goes on the bottom. And there's 3 pins, and it goes on the top 2 pins. So it's kind of, hopefully you can see that. And then for the servo, for that, the steering servo, that's channel 1. Okay, channel 1 is in RC cars is always your steering servo. And that one, yellow, goes on top. Okay, yellow goes up to the top. The reason you want to know this is because at some point you're going to accidentally pull the cables out and go, oops, and have to put it all back together. So that is that. This is the controller. So the lid has broken off on this one. It's your on-off button right here. This is your bind button. Unless you have to replace the speed controller, you shouldn't ever need to use this. This is steering reverse. So this will make, when you turn this, it will make it go the other direction. And this is throttle reverse, so that when you pull the trigger and push the trigger, it will go the other direction. So you pull the trigger to make it go forward, you push the trigger, or like that, to make it go reverse. I prefer to have my steering set to where when I turn the wheel forward, it makes the wheels go right. And when I turn the wheel backward, it makes the wheels go left. And if you just flip it like this, it's just like you're driving, like you're driving a car. That's the way it makes sense to me. So that when I'm holding it, it's this is steering trim. Okay, so if the Jeep doesn't drive straight, then you play with these and you can make it go left by holding down this a few times, or you can make it go right by holding down this a few times. You'll mess with this every now and then once you get it dialed in, you really want to just leave it alone. Throttle trim is the same thing, but for the throttle. Okay, that's probably just fine the way it is from the factory. But if you mess with it, what'll happen is, like if you turn it all the way down, then if you put it in reverse, it'll probably never go actually backwards. And all it is this is just turned all the way down. So you turn it up. What you want to do is have it turned up until the Jeep starts to move one direction or the other. And then you back off just a little bit so that it stops. That way when you touch the trigger really slowly, it just barely starts to crawl forward. And then this is steering dual rate, which is like how much it's actually going to turn. I would say just leave this one alone. Don't even mess with it. And then this one is your red LED. So when you turn this on, it's always going to be red.
But Daddy, watch this.
When this one is, this is your green LED.
Daddy, watch this, Dad.
And this is your battery for your car. Okay, So when you plug a battery in here and you turn it on, this will turn on when it connects to the Jeep. So you're looking for that to be red and for that to be green. If this changes color to a different color, it's telling you that the battery in the Jeep is low and you need to replace it to charge the battery. And if this battery turns on, then it's saying that the batteries in the controller are low and you need to change the batteries in the controller. And that, you just flip it over. It's just 4 AA's. And just some regular old Rayovac or, you know, whatever AA's you like will last a very, very long time in this transmitter. And then again, this is channel 3, and that's your headlights for your Jeep. So the middle is strobe, and all the way forward is on, and all the way back is off. Now on mine, for my Jeep, I took a crayon. I think I did like yellow because I have a yellow Jeep, and I just put yellow crayon in here, and you just like scribble it into the words on here, and then just wipe it off with your finger or paper towel or something, and enough of that crayon will stick in the letters to where you can actually read it. And that's the basics of it. They're a lot of fun. They crawl over just about anything, and our dogs don't seem to be bothered by it. It's a ton of fun. You can go over rocks, you can go over clothes, you can go over bricks, you can go over dirt and logs, trees, anything. You know, drive through a pile of leaves, go out in the yard, find some boxes and turn them into a trail. They're so small and so lightweight that you can just use them for anything. They're a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy it. Alex, do you want to say anything to Merrick? Like, maybe hopefully he enjoys his Jeep or something?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Hey, what's in here?
Merry Christmas. Love you.
Merry Christmas. I love you.
Love you.